Hello, Periscopers. So, today's topic is interesting enough, entitled Dressing Gay. And what does that mean? So, whenever I decide to go out, or I'm attending a party or a function, as they say, a function, I have to decide, what am I going to wear? Every time, just like heterosexual folks, I imagine, I have to decide, what am I going to wear? But for me, I have to decide, am I going to dress in what would be traditionally women's clothing, or just ordinary clothing, or am I going to stick to the style that I've created, which is based around my love of bow ties? And depending on the function and who's going to be there, or the type of persons that are going to be there, I have to decide, one, whether it's safe to wear a bow tie, because automatically I know that wearing that bow tie is going to identify me as a gay woman. And so in certain situations, that comes with its own set of issues, its own set of questions and responses. And so some people have asked, well, if that's the case, why would you wear a bow tie? Like, why would you wear a bow tie? Why would you go through all of that trouble to put on a bow tie? And I think that's a pretty valid question. And the answer is quite simple. I have a fascination with bow ties. I've always had a fascination with bow ties. I've always been intrigued and interested in bow ties from as early as I can remember. I've had a fascination with them. And once I was brave enough to actually start to wear bow ties, I had mentioned it to someone and they got me one, and then after that it sort of took off and I became sort of an easy gift giver, because in addition to bow ties, I also like hats. So when it came to people getting gifts for me, it's like, oh shoot, I know what to get Linda. I could just get her a bow tie or get her a hat. And so I found that fascinating, that people that may not have been comfortable with my sexuality were okay in getting me a bow tie, knowing full well that when I wore that bow tie, it was going to mean something. And so as a result, over the years, I have acquired easily close to 60, 70 bow ties. And yeah, so for me, once I make a decision of whether or not I'm going to wear a bow tie at the function that I'm going to, then it's a question of what bow tie, what combination. And anybody who knows me knows full well I have my own style, right? I just do me. And that's what I'm comfortable with. That's what I'm very comfortable with. Now, so this is my outfit for today. And I've gotten to this point now where I really don't care about the response that I get, even though I know it's going to open up a sort of a Pandora's box. And for me, I'm okay with that, because if somebody is brave enough to come up to me and start to ask the questions, then generally, if they're respectful, then I'm going to answer the question. I'm perfectly okay with that. And I think it's important that I start to allow that dialogue to take place, because if people become that comfortable, then hey, I'm good with that. Actually, I'm very good with that. And I think it helps in the dialogue, and really that's where I'm trying to go. That's where I'm trying to get, where people are comfortable enough to say, okay, I want to know why you wear bow ties. I want to know why you dress in the traditional clothing. And then it also gets around that topic about, well, are you dressing like that because, again, do you want to be a man? And I'll answer the question as I've answered it before, and will continue to answer it. I absolutely, 100% have no intentions, nor do I want to be of the male gender. I am quite happy to be a female. And quite frankly, without being vain, I think I look pretty good in men's clothes. And women's clothes just never did it for me. I never felt comfortable in them. I never found them of variety. I just found them to be very revealing and very, I don't know. It seemed like they seemed very sexual based to me. If you were wearing them, it sort of said something, and I was never really comfortable with that impression. So yeah, I'm good now. I feel I can be myself. I feel I can show my style and my my sort of swag, I guess. And over the years, I think it's developed into a part of me. And now I think it's developed so much. There's sort of this expectation that if I show up somewhere and I don't have a bow tie on, people are like, hey, what happened to your bow tie? Or where's your bow tie? It's so weird. And that's from people that I would hardly expect it to come from. So, but yeah, there we are. That's dressing gay, as they say. All right, people, that was a quick scoop. I guess it wasn't that quick. It's probably 15 minutes long, but I will see you when I see you. Peace.